the juices flowing like a rivalry game. And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see, the Navy midshipmen taking on a team from the Mountain West, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Tee this one up. And the Mustangs will kick it away to start. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The midshipman offense is on the field to start this game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors, and you've got to limit the penalties, because those will kill you, Pop.
And you've got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
That's an awesome-looking carry, and you know when you're playing Navy, you better get ready to try to stop the run. Whether it's option, whether it's conventional, you better practice being in your gap, everybody being sound, and getting your eyes on the football. There are 3 certainties in life, guys. You're going to die, you're going to pay your taxes, and Navy is going to take the run.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. Brings into the open. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. He'll do it himself. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down. Here comes the option. Now the toss. And a good, solid pickup for the defense. Cuts it down.
This offense is going to challenge the defense with their assignment football in the option game, and they're doing it here early in the first quarter. Great job by the quarterback, making all of his reads. Nobody accounting for the pitch guy, so you flip it out to him, and a nice gain offensively here. This is something the defense now is going to have to contend with for the rest of the game, trying to stop this option attack.
The screen game for this offense, man, it's a feel thing, like when to call it and when you can anticipate somebody being aggressive, and they pick the right time, man. They hit the defense, third down, big play, slip it right behind the linebackers, make the play, and get the first down.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Sixth play of the drive coming up. Give to the fullback. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Navy will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. So SMU's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. When you look at the matchups in the passing game, you might think that this guy's going to be overmatched at corner, but I think he's really looking for the opportunity to prove that he can match up with one of the nation's best.
Yeah, and this receiver always wants the ball. He especially wants it, though, today, considering what he's up against. He told us coming into this game that he should be able to dominate and get a lot of looks. This defense is going to have to find ways creatively to get this guy matched up and covered. They're probably not going to be able to do it with just one guy with that corner out there, David, because this receiver is a difference maker.
No, and this isn't a great secondary, but they're going to have to play a great game. And this challenge is big because he's a superstar. So let's make sure we don't give up the big plays. Maybe play a little bit deeper than normal. Sometimes get a little bit physical. This secondary has a tremendous challenge on their hands.
The Mustangs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. That's caught. It's Singleton. And they're able to make the tackle.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Mustangs decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He'll field the punt and take it back. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards. How about the other? And here comes the Navy offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. midshipmen come to the line facing third and short. Goes to the option. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the second time. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be... There he goes! And they runs it in for the score. Touchdown, SMU! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Gives it on the option. Powers through the defender. They'll knock him down for a loss of a target.
Man, not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Navy now in trouble here on 3rd and long. On the option. He works his way to the 21-yard line. Not enough to pick up the first down. Navy will have to punt it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll start this drive from the 42. Nice move to keep running.
Coach is always hard about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Taylor wants to throw. Setting up the screen. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Quickly to the tight end. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed down at the 18, and they're in business.
All right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Headed to the end zone, and he launches in for the score. Touchdown, Mustang!
And you've seen the evolution of the option, and you've seen the evolution with the scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that, you defend everything, I'll take it myself, in for 6.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great. So I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the floor.
to throw. It's Hawkins. Here comes the heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Navy will have to punt it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Snagged out of the air. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
So first down didn't exactly go according to plan. Let's see what they can dial up on second down.
Reese, I got him right where I want. Okay, I'm going to throw the football. Now I can get back in shotgun. Forget the running game stuff. We're probably going to pitch and catch and see how good that secondary is.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but you got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Throws to the wideout. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Rides the back on the option again. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again. We got to pass those tests.
Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Hey, you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. From the gun, give on the inside. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. The Mustangs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run play action. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's a really good job by this defense. Complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Not always the old line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count and move them back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Mustangs will try to pin them back with the punt. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Touchdown, Navy! Special teams coming through, the 3rd aspect of the game, delivering big time. That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
And there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Quick strike complete. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get it on the ground at the 41. The Mustangs getting set on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
This is a guy that gets stronger and stronger as the game goes on. After that last run, he's already now got 100 yards rushing.
And the Mustangs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The RPO fired complete to the left. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. The Mustangs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Taylor wants to throw it. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the 1st down on 3rd and long. Gets it to him on the screen. Oh, he's got some space. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. And the Mustangs started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Mustangs line it up with a 1st and goal. Taylor wants to throw. Right out, trying to get in. Touchdown,
going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, second and 7. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Hand off to the fullback. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis, and through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
It's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Taylor wants to throw it. He's got an open man. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in, and let's see if they try it again. He'll try the left side. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off. And really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Fires to the big foul. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. You see his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
To the air on first down. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the 3rd quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Got his man on the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this is what's so great about play action. The run fake sucks those linebackers up, and it just creates so much more space for these receivers to operate. Beautiful execution by the offense.
They got him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Running back searching for a hole. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. And the Mustangs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward.
See the replay. False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Mustangs trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Using his feet, he bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now on 2nd and goal. Motion from the wideout. A design run for the quarterback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And they've inched closer and closer, and still 2 yards to go for the touchdown here on 3rd down. He'll sneak it.
Man, if I'm quarterback right now, after this long of a drive down this close, I'm going for a touchdown here, Paul.
And I get that, but I've worn this defense out, man. I'm going to go for the touchdown right here. And if I miss, they got to go the whole length of the field to score a touchdown.
Give to the big fullback. He didn't get there. Knocked back on 4th and goal, and he loses a yard to the 2. The midshipmen with terrible field position deep in their own territory trying to work their way out. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Here's a hit. Just had to get rid of that one to save the yardage on 3rd down. Navy will have to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
They'll keep it on the ground.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Makes his man miss. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And this QB is dialed in. You've already seen the passing ability to make plays down the field. But how about this? Running the option as well, the diversity in this offense.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, SMU.
It's just so nice to have a signal who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. Gets the back moving. The give to the fullback. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. with a big play on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Lambert. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. Navy will have to punt it away. He's got it near midfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, and how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they'd let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit.
Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Get some points on the board. Easy.
The give to the tailback. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. And the Mustangs will send out the punt unit. And the ball comes to rest right there.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
Big fullback shot. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Gives to the big fullback. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a 1st down at the 22. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll send the back in motion. They'll try the run. Makes one man miss. The ball squirted out. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. Navy comes to the line facing 2nd and short. This quarterback part of their running game. They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle. With the 1st down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Run it with the fullback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll give it to the back. They stop him cold, maybe gets it. To the 34. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Lambert. Catch in the middle, it's Clayton. Breaks into the open. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the 1st down. Give to the fullback. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Now on 2nd down. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone is defense.
The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. On the option. Got a little space. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, midshipman.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. You got quarterbacks that have those multiple options. They're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but that's why they're called the hands team. Great job recovering that ball.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the ground, he's got it again. At the 20, he's got space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. He's got it on the move. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and then limit some of the damages.
And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Mustang. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tulane delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the American. Trust me when I say the party is on in New Orleans. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Devin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. The option look. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense. Well, they've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've got, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
He's taking a deep shot. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. And he'll get in for the late touchdown, the consolation prize, the window dressing score to make the final outcome a little closer. And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.